All righty then. Yeah, I got you on full blast right now. Yeah, we're looking at solar wind right now. It's 335 densities at 1.4 protons per cubic meter. And only a couple of C2 flares the last 24 hours. What's happened to 3,500? You know, they're talking about how it's going to blow up and make an X flare and fry the planet. Yep. We're expecting a geometric storm of G3 even. And let me see. Put this over here. This is the latest NOAA version of what the hell the sun's doing up there. You can see where, boom, there's a little bammer right there and there and there. Oh, man. And just as it gets to us, it peaks out and then peters out. Yep. So we have 3 waves coming in. It should be here day after tomorrow. So somewhere close to the first and into the second and possibly the third. They're looking for, a geometric storm up to a G3. That's what's going on. Volcano news, I don't have any idea. Let me check real quick. In the news today, Etna, Santa Guido, Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Dacona, Reventador, and Sangay. Luatolo as well. Let me see. Do we have anything that's really kicking off? Timmy or... KP index is 7 expected. Yes, sir. Big t-shirt Billy's out there. Yes, sir. So Dacono's doing 10,000 feet again. So there's a lot of activity right there through Dacono and Ibu. Yeah, big old bombers going through there. Etna saying hello. And what else we have? In Tremor World, we have a little bit of tremors to talk about. Earthquakes on Miramar, 4.6 is the latest. And it's real mellow. We can see an interesting take right here and also across here and always down this direction here. So we'll talk about all those this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the coffee show, so to speak, with Joe Slick. And let me make sure what's going on over there on YouTube. Yeah, they can see that. And why don't I just put this, pardon me, while I do this here. All right, they can see this now. Put that over there. There you go. All right, they can see that. I figure out. My buddy is texting me, I guess. Let me find out what's going on. Yeah, Brother Clem. Yeah, he's got it working. Yes, sir. Ice cream too. Not on, just showing the globe. $9:06. Yeah, I'm on. I'm not recording on anywhere except for YouTube. So trying to work out the kinks. We can see the morning report here, right here on the screen. So I know we're there on Twitch, on and also on what do you call it here? Yeah. Also on YouTube. So I know we're there. Like that. And if I pop this out, take all this over there, close all these, and YouTube will see whatever I put over here. Been watching what's going on around the planet, on and off. Just been real busy as of late. Working on a project, pretty intense project. So we'll see how that pans out as I clear up all these things here. Oh my God, I just opened another one. Jeez. Not now. Goodbye. God bless America. Okay, I can see what's on YouTube. Trying not to have YouTube dox me on what's going on. So maybe I'll just go like that. And because they will, they have their ways of doing things. And I want to make sure that we are protected here at JSL. And you're right. So there's YouTube. All right. So I think I know what I'm doing here. We'll see. I'm trying to show you. What are you trying to show me, bud? Yesterday, you're just not on, just showing the globe. That's yeah, I see you. We can't see what's going on. Oh. That's okay. I was just doing a overview real quick. We're going to go into the details. Now that I understand you there, bud. Still waking up a little bit. I'm down a half a cup of coffee right now. Want to, get a little bit, when you start one of these videos, you'll see, hey, what we're talking about, what we're going to talk about, and then go into the details, I tend to fly by the seat of my pants, and it doesn't, bode very well with some of these, some of these, YouTube channels and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, it's got to be all orchestrated. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it is what it is. Hey, put an echo in that one. Anyway. Oh boy, yeah. It is coffee time, and hope you're having a wonderful week. It's Thursday. Yep. And I've been so tired. I messed up a couple of things on the project I'm on because I'm too tired. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to not work today. I'm going to rest. That's pretty hard to do when you're stressed out, talking to the banks and, hey, what's going on here? And why is that? What's that? And why are you charging me for that? All these hidden things, and you got to go out and hammer them on and push back. And then last night I wasn't prepped to do a rabbit hole. Like tonight, I'm going to do a rabbit hole. 6 o'clock here on the West Coast, and we'll do a rabbit hole, and we'll talk about some of the faults in Southern Cal that reach all the way back into Texas, Utah, and Nevada, and try to understand where and how the southern portion. See, we all have a pretty good view of what's happening with Nick's, Professor Nick's up in the north, and he's talking about all that, but we're not catching much of what's happening down below. Yeah, probably I can go to some of the groups like over there at USC or UCLA, or even Dominguez Hills, or one of the other colleges here in Southern Cal, and get some, ideas and stuff. But I'm looking at some of the documentations and writings out there, and that's what I'm looking at. So hopefully we can get a deeper look into some things. So if you're planning to be here this evening at about 6 o'clock, look up what's going on, like the hurricane faults were what started me on it. The bottom sector of the hurricane, I think, leads right into St. George, Utah. And it's not a hard-pressed thing to keep that trend going right into Vegas. And if that were to pop, I wonder how well those dams would fare. They're in the Hendersonville area, and Henderson anyway, and Colorado River. And what would happen if they broke to the far west of the United States? I mean, shoot, everywhere else is the same, but California would be in a big damn hurry, and they would be exiting the state in a massive way because there'd be no water. And that's kind of the stuff I want to talk. Yeah, UCI has a seismic study as well. All right, grab that big T-shirt, Billy. Send me a copy and a whisper, and we can talk about that. Today's going to be a short day for me. Gonna finish the 3 doors, hanging them, and hopefully get a coat of paint on one side. It's rainy, so it's not going to dry very easily, but doing it indoors, so hopefully I can get the heat going, and it can cure faster. It's one thing about paint. And most of the time, you're painting your house on the walls takes about 3 days to cure. But if you're painting a door, sometimes it takes a week, and you got to be able to flip the damn thing over. And I don't know, I might just paint one side and then hang it and paint the other side hung up, but don't know how it will work. But that's where we're at. And I've still got another week to do this project. And just like I said, the door didn't align. I got the one side is the door frame, the jack stud. See, on the entire, you got a king stud on the outside, you got a jack stud on the inside, and then you got a board that goes across the top, and I can't think of it right now. But what happened is I have one of these jack studs and king studs that it's level at the bottom, but it veers out to the right or away from the opening by an inch. It's like, what the hell is the building falling? And these buildings are settling. They're 50 years old, and they're being pulled apart because the ground is, sinking. And that's what's going on. So it's like, hey, man, I put it in there. And all right, it's a tight fit right there. And then all of a sudden, whoa. And then aligning it messes up the whole thing. And you got shims, you put the shims in and all that. And that works out. It's like, well, damn, now it's just, you have to modify. And in modifying, I messed up on one of the things. So it's like, all right. And then I tried to patch it. And I said, screw that. I'm just pulling it, redoing it. So I went there and went to Home Depot, grabbed the other one and another jam. And then my pops called me, said, hey, I need you to help me with the TV. They've got their TVs going on. He bought a house too. Or his wife did, actually. Like my wife did and his wife did. That's kind of weird, isn't it? 20 years apart and we're still in the same boat. Kind of weird. But yeah, my pops called me up. He couldn't get the TV off the wall because the way they hung it, the professionals hung it so tight up against it, he couldn't do it himself. So we did that last night, and because they have all the installs happening at their house, they're about 3 weeks ahead of mine, 4 weeks ahead of mine, and they're already hanging the doors. I mean, the TVs and all they got like 5 TVs, TV in every room. I wonder if they got one in their crapper. I don't know. Be careful, because your TVs have cameras that look right back at you. Also, every speaker that you're listening to is a speaker that listens backwards. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. Be careful what you say in front of a TV. And don't make love to your wife because somebody's watching. I know somebody's going to throw a blanket over the TV. Oh, no, they're watching me. Oh, no. And remember, what's on the internet stays on the internet. There's no way of getting rid of it. So some perv is going to put you on the internet. So don't put a TV in your bedroom. Oh, oh, I gotta worry about earthquakes. Now I gotta worry about the TV. Oh, whatever. I unplug everything unless I'm using it. Oh, Flutter Girl, you're funny. How do you think the clock stays on time? You ever notice that? You can unplug something and plug it back in and the clock never changes. That's because there's an internal battery. You don't think they can turn it on? Yeah. You know, one time I had uh, I had here somebody had turned my froze my computers, turned my TV off, turned it off, and turned my internet off, like the power outage, but all the lights were still on. I said, how did that? And they turned my phones off too. I said, how the hell did they do that? Somebody has a lot of power. Oh, yeah, your cell phone. You can't shut your cell phone off, man. You got to put it in a Mylar bag. Hey, and that's a good idea here. In all seriousness, copy your bills that you've paid in your bank account in a PDF form or in screenshots off the original website, not a you make a physical printout as well, but save them to a flash drive and put that flash drive in a Mylar bag. And just do this once a month so that when fit hits the shan, you'll have proof that you've made your bills and the banks won't come after you. Because believe me, the bank's not your friend. They want whatever you want. They want you to be paid. Yeah, they want your money. You're trading debt, basically. It's all your dollars are. But when they flip the switch and make everything go digital, that's crazy. Like what's happening here in Santa Ana. Santa Ana is making every landlord, get this, you got a rental unit, right? You're renting your mom's house out here in Santa Ana. You've got to register that house now with Santa Ana. No longer is it going to be free, keep that money. They're going to document every God blessed thing you do. And then if you want somebody out of the house, you have to pay them 3 months rent to kick them out. Isn't that but you didn't pay your rent. Oh, now I got to pay you 3 months so you can move out. How the hell does that work? This California it's getting really bad. And where I'm living here in Santana it's super bad. And and they got to say, like, we're bailing on these people here. We said, hey, look, sell the place, please, sell the place, get out. Don't have Santa Ana anymore. But we've been here 30 years, so they're gonna do it. They're gonna still rent it out, But they were sending us a notice to say they're gonna raise the rent, exponentially already. So because that 3% raise hike, that's gone, and there's, goody. So they were going to bump it for us. And the writing's on the wall for us. We know it's time to get out. And a big T-shirt Billy there, he's gonna be like a truck driver, but he's just gonna drive the trailer. He's gonna help me because I don't want him hurt. He had heart surgery and we prayed him through that. Remember all that? Yeah, and he survived, and we're ecstatic about that. And he's a good guy, I'm gonna have to put in some walkie-talkies from one truck to the other so he can talk my ear off and keep me awake like he did last time. I appreciated that too. Driving there, because he went with me the last time I went over there. I might have to go there again. I might have to bump the date onto that Saturday to move. I think Friday we've got to go sign the paperwork. It might just be too much to do it all in one day because we can't do anything until, we get the paperwork signed. And yeah, I don't know. It's still flux, but yeah, I mean he's a great to talk to, and yeah, character, man. He's a character. I so thoroughly enjoyed the trip. It seemed like that trip went so quick, but then on the way home, I had to drive through that canyon. Boy, was that insanely intense in the dark. All you see is headlights coming at you. And it's like, oh crap! And then if you look to the wrong side, off the road you go. So it's and everybody's doing 50, 60 miles an hour through that sector, and it seemed like 20 miles, but it was only probably 7 or 8 miles. But oh my God, that was insane. I can't believe there's no more wrecks there has to be a wreck every day on that damn road. They need to widen it. It's a 2-lane road. They have a, barrier in the middle, but sometimes they only have, these plastic poles, but he says, thank you. Really enjoyed our time together. Oh yeah. That was so fun. In that time that we went, that was the fastest trip I ever went there. Yeah, we almost got pulled over one time too. So, normally it's like you're cruising down the freeway, right? I don't know if y'all know what a freeway is, but we have freeways here. They're not even free. You're gonna be paying for it now, in California. But going down the freeway, and I was doing probably 80 in a 65, and this other guy, he was riding my tail feathers there for some time, and then I just got away from him, and we were cruising down the road, and we saw like 5 cars come real in sequence together, boom, 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 right? One of them was a cop. He was like the second one in. Immediately, I see his lights pop on, and he pulls over. And I go, oh no, he's got us, dude. He's got us. I drop it down to 65 and put the limiter on, and the auto drive, and keep going. And guy never showed up. And then I go, wait, the other guy never showed up either. So I guess he got the guy that was behind me riding my coattails or my tail feathers there. Yeah, internet highway speed. No, interstate highway speed. Yeah, no. But it did take about an hour off the drive going through that direction. And that area is going to be on the discussion this evening here on Rabbit Hole. So we went through who was it right next to Wyatt Earp's homestead there? Was it Big T-shirt Billy? I think it was right. Wyatt Earp had a homestead right there. We didn't go next to the house, maybe 1 mile, because it was just off the road there. But out in the middle, freaking nowhere. And don't know what he was doing out there. I don't know. But I guess he had a homestead out there, and you wonder, back in 1800s when there wasn't any trucks and cars and just people on horseback and buggy and walking, how the hell they got across that desert. Oh man. And his gold, let's say his gold in their hills. Yeah, but I don't know. I think they just put a house out there and said, oh yeah, this is Wyatt Earp's house, man. We looked it up after the fact, and I'm like, wow, man, we went right by there. It's like, and Prescott there, that's where he was at too. And then he went down south into Tombstone. Whiskey and wagons. I don't know, man. I mean, literally, there's not a whole lot of anything up there. And we went through them in, I guess it was July or September. Yeah, we went in September. Yeah, I think so. And or was it July? Anyway, somewhere out there, August maybe. And the desert was green. Never in many years has that. And normally that's in springtime, right? And winter, even in the Cal Desert in Nevada too, and all that. You don't see the green desert. And because of our last year's snow, right, and the rain and all the storms that happened, and we're in, El Nino now, where there's the southern portion of the states gets all the rain and the northern portion gets all the dry. And the desert was green. I was tripping up going, take pictures. Oh my God. Because normally it's just dreary red, beat to hell because of the sun killing it. But I don't know, man. It was beautiful. My gosh. And nice valleys you'd see out for 20 miles, right? From one valley to one side of the valley to the other. And you just look across and go, wow, look how green this is. And no, it's not just cactus. There's, ragweed. There's, all kind of plants. And then you see the rock formations. You go, wow, yeah, that's volcanic. Oh, wow, you can see the way that mountain there got took apart by the rain. So it must have been raining for some time. The erosion. You can see how like an uplift of a mountain occurs in the creation of the mountain, and then you can see how it just like falls apart from the top down, and it's like, wow. And the desert, it's like it's pristine, and it's like it's a trip. My buddy texted me again, but it was really oh yeah, he does have the video. Yeah, he does have a video. Yeah. It's hard to see the green on the video, but I'll share that with you this evening. It's a little 15-second video. Thank you, Big T-shirt Billy. I mean, there's things here in the United States that you can trip out on, and no, we weren't stoned. We weren't being California people. We are from California, but our hearts in Texas. No, I'm teasing. Hearts in Arizona, whatever. But no, I mean, you have to appreciate what's around you, and at times the desert is quite beautiful, and the video doesn't do justice to what we were seeing. And I've got some pics too, and maybe a video or two. I'll try to bring those together and show you that section of the desert. It was amazing, and to see the green, it's just wild. Watching on my phone now, had minor chimney fire. Oh no. Oh, Canuck, be safe, brother. Oh my God. You have to get that creosote out of there. You got shingles on the roof, man. Oh God. Yeah, the Sonoran Desert flutter. Yeah, that's what we went through. Yeah, all that Sonoran Desert, and Mojave. Mojave is part of that. Be safe, Canuck. Oh my gosh. I was wondering about you the other day. You're still pretty weak, you said. Hopefully you can be better or get better. Let's see who else is on here. Timmy, good morning, Tim. Good morning, Snow King. I'm changing your name, buddy, because you are the Snow King when it snows. It's the Rain King now. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, T-shirt Billy. Good morning, Comanche 6520. Good morning, Rockin' Bob 76. Good morning, Red. I see you out there, Red. It took me a minute to get started today. I'm sorry. Just been exhausted. Lots of stress and things going on, family and work and all that. So forgive me. Good morning, Denise in the UK. Good morning or afternoon for you. Good afternoon to you too, Canuck. Good morning, Late Girl 19. Good morning, Flutter Girl. Old Snarly, good morning. Ramilrek, good morning. And Wispy. And the Vampire Girl still out there, you know. And maybe she changed her name to late night, late night with Joy or something. I don't know. Old Snarls out there. He's famous, he's famous. Old Snarls. He sound like he's snoring. Bloody freezing cold. Yeah. Yeah. Been waiting for a month, the guy to come and clean it. He's too busy. He had the other guy here in town. He's coming later today or tomorrow. That's great. Uranus famous rhymes. Had hail Caesar. Yeah, but I think our friend Vampire Girl, she's sleeping. It's sun's up. She works the late shift, and that kind of blows. But hey, she's got a job, pays a little more money because you're working the late shift, and you're in Sue. But yeah. All right. Just for shits and giggles. What the hell? There we go. And put that over there. I think that is full boat, right? Yeah. Well. All right. Turn the intro on. There you go. So you can see where Uranus is on the other side of Jupiter, but you can see it if you bend over. I'll just let that go right there. Oh my gosh. You fill in the blanks. Oh boy. There you go, Snarly. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that was funny. Oh my gosh. I don't want Mom to get mad at me. Oh yes. Anyway. Anyways, you can find it there. And here we go. Back to coffee. Here we go. There you go. There you go, big boy. You can find Uranus right there. Got to go to the blood work hospital tomorrow, he says. They want me to come in this afternoon, but I said it's too much going on here. They're ticking me off. Doc told me it would be a month before I needed it done. They're a bunch of anuses. Right? Crazy. Shake your tail feather there, big t-shirt. But yeah, anyway, we got a pretty good little the Great Sitkin right now, bumping pretty good here. Let's see this. All right, showing here up here on there we go. All right, so YouTube can see it. Now JSL is going to see it right here. Bam. Look how big Great Sitkin. Now it's this strong up there in Great Sitkin. I'm not sure how close the doohickey is to Great Sidkin, but yeah, that's a pretty good little quake up there. Maybe in the 5 range. Tanaga and Little Sidkin, so it looks like it's propping north or east. Because the Great Sidkin, then Tanaga, and remember Tanaga that's the one that was erupting. Great Sidkin's been erupting too, and we'll see if that props. Look at all up there in Kodiak. Yep. Look at that. Look at that up here in Kodiak and Reindeer and Spur, Alaska. Sandpoint, Alaska's got it. Yeah, that's a pretty good little quake. Does anybody? Canuck, you got your little thing on your phone. What's it say it is? Is it saying it's a 5 or a 6? This is a good little rock and roller here. Because it's so far out there, it doesn't look like it's a major quake. Because you just don't know how close it is to the sensors. But yeah, Canuck's got it on his phone and it gives him alerts. He played with himself yesterday and going to the grocery store yesterday and the doctor's office on Tuesday. They're not giving me time to recover. Well, no, you play. Wait. Oh, you played yourself out. Oh my God. I didn't see the word out. All right. I'm like, what? Got me running all over the country. Yeah. But anyway, it's pretty good. Yellowstone's picking it up right now, too. You can see. It's a good little quake. I'm sure it's mid 5 to 6 range. It went pretty fast all the way through Alaska. Well, 10 minutes, it got to Yellowstone. So that's interesting. But, been watching down there in Chile. Kind of expected something to hit down there. It hasn't done that yet. Seeing some interesting information here on the, look at this. I don't know if that's something happening. Generally, an earthquake starts down here. I don't know if this is melt or just vibration. There, if you can see that, good. And I think, yeah, they can see it too. So that's interesting right there. Signal. I'll let you know what it means here in a minute. I'm watching Yellowstone bump twice out of this one. So there's two quakes. See what they're saying here. That signal you were seeing, that's from a fiber optic cable that's around an Iceland, and they're picking up signals and they're trying to learn how the physics of that works. I'm looking at what they have to say here. It looks like they turn the machine on and off. Now the signal is dying out. Okay, the loud noise correlates with the location of a geothermic pipeline, including reflection back from the wellheads. All right, so, and Quake Cat's over there. The term experiment shown in the description is a good to remember. So much to learn from this, she says. Quake Cat. She loves it over there. Watching that volcano, man. They're watching paint dry, if you ask me. It's like, all right, it's a volcano, man. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like a woman, I guess, to her. Anyhow, so solar wind right now is 335 kilometers a second. The density is at 1.4, and I don't see anything happening more over here. So, we'll take that one back over here, and yeah, we'll put this one back over here. There we go. I'll get this thing worked out, how to work it out with YouTube. I'm getting a little bit better at it. Last 24 hours, we only had 2 C2s. Looking at the X-rays, you can see where we almost had that X and X1. It was a 9.89 or something, 9.94, 9.98. M flare the other day, and then nothing. It seems like, and look at the huge coronal hole we got here. That's going to produce wind probably on the 3rd or the 4th of December, because we're right here, so it's going to get by us, and then it will hit us. Pretty nice GMX picture. I showed you that last night, and showing you there. They're expecting a pretty good G3 solar flare, where voltage corrections may be required. False alarms triggered in some protective devices. KP7, 200 cycles, 200 per cycle, 130 days per cycle right there. Spacecraft operations suffer from surface charging on satellites, components. Drags may increase, and a low orbit Earth satellites, all of those, if you're on, SpaceX's internet, you might have some problems, and corrections will need for their orientation when they got to put themselves back into orbit because they'll fall out of orbit. Other systems like intermittent satellite navigation, low frequency radio navigation problems may occur. HF radio may be intermittent. High frequency radios, so remember that. The aurora has been seen as low as Illinois and Oregon, typically around the 50-degree geometric latitude. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see what else we have. KP is quiet right now. Only 9 fireballs. 40% chance for a Class M, 10% for an X. Geometric storms right now, 20% for the mid-latitudes, 10% for the uppers. So, again, we're still a day away for that to happen. Maybe 2 days for the geometric storm to hit us. 2,349 potentially hazardous asteroid. That's an asteroid that's football field size or larger, passing, traversing, flying, whatever verb you want to use, around our planet. And we're looking at, in the distance we look at is about 5% of the distance from the Earth toward the sun. And it's in that distance that we say, well, how do we measure that? Well, the best thing we have is, which is pretty consistent, which is the moon. So then we look at lunar distances. Well, what's 5% lunar distance, right? Lunar distance is about 250,000 miles and some change. And one lunar distance is about that. So, and it comes out to be about 9, excuse me. And today being November 30, there's only one rock out there. It roughly is 47 kilometers every second, and about 5 3/4 distances away. Yeah, it's not that big of a rock, and it'll burn up in the atmosphere. Looking at it, looking at the sun, and it's bursting. 1, 2, 3 waves at us. A 4th wave coming too. The big popper should hit us somewhere around the 1st or 2nd of December. The first wave of these 4 series of waves will hit us probably today and die out, and then tonight increase as we go into Saturday. Saturday should be, or maybe even Friday night should be something big, geomatic wise. So we'll be watching for that here on JSL. Going into the tremors, they're in the Pacific Northwest right now. There's 86 tremors happening. Yesterday, Oregon, the multiple tremors. We also had an earthquake off the shore of Oregon yesterday, and it could be related. Again, we're in the middle of Vancouver Island having a couple as well, and we'll jump right into volcanoes. According to volcanodiscovery.com. In the news today, Etna Volcano, Santa Guido, Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Ducono, Reventador, and Sangay. Popo is popping. It's unidentifiable. Luatolo, they're just north of the Timor Islands. And if you have to know where the Timors is, I can put that on the map for you. Yeah. Well, there's a little earthquake here, but even they still don't. I don't know what's up with USGS. Right there or right here. Little Seakin. Don't have anything registered. I don't know what the hell. Does Alamax have it? I'm interested in what the hell's going on here. Andrina Islands, 4.7. They're calling it right now. Alamax says, I thought it was a mid-5, but hey, depends on what it is. And they even have a freaking tensor ball, man. See right there. Right there's okay. So there is a sensor right on the island. Then there's the other one. That's what the hell that other thing called? That I just brain farted it. Tanaga's right here, and then Little Sitkin's over here. So that's why it was more bright. That might be related to the volcano because it is erupting, but it isn't erupting like big. And you can see it vibrated all the way down. So volcanoes tend to travel when they do an eruption like that, or it could have been like a big pop or something, but we'll find out here, soon enough, I guess. But Luatolo, back to where I'm saying Luatolo, just disappointed in the USGS there. That's all. Luatolo is like right up in here and just north of the Savu Sea. And it's been erupting at 6,000 feet. I think it's like a 5,600. 4,600, okay. Sebenkaya, puff emissions down the armpit of South America. Ducono, 10,000 feet. Ducono Manhalamar. I know I have the extra deal. It's Halamarhara, right? I just say it the way I say it, all right? Deal with it. Right here is Ducono. Over here is Ibu. Both of these volcanoes are popping right now. The Malacca Sea has been super, super busy. We do have earthquakes up in the north, a 5.0 in Halamarhara there, offshore. And that seems to be following the trend along where the plate boundary is, the estimated plate boundary. And that's rocking a whole islands, right? And over the last week or so, we've been seeing that happen. Turn that off. There we go. Let me see here. Make sure you all can see that. You all can see it. 5.1 Idrina violence, and my just popped in. All right. See, that's sounding better. It's looked like more of a 5 to me because it did prop pretty well. Sangay volcano down there in Ecuador. Here's Ecuador down over here. right? Here's the armpit, right? So just southern Peru. That's where Semkai is. Here's Ecuador. Sangay is like right there, right? Sangay is right here. Reventador is up there. Okay. There is no volcanoes from right here all the way down until you get to Sabancaya. And it's a subduction zone. It's very, very odd to me why there's no volcanoes. I don't know. Subduction zone, volcanoes. Maybe it's sliding by. If you have an understanding of why there's no volcanoes in that 1,000 miles of land, please tell me. Put it in the chat. You know, I'm very interested in that. Popo popping to 20,000. That's 17.8. It's not doing a whole lot. You can see another picture of Decono. Pretty strong ash emissions. Boom, right? There's not a lot of strong wind, so it's going up higher. That's why it's probably going to 10,000. Ash rich explosion continue. So it's pretty pissed off. Decono is 10. It's going to 10,000 feet, and Decono is like 37 or 38. All right, there you go. Here's Etna. Etna starting to hit, coughing one up. Generally speaking, when we get Iceland going off, Etna is doing the same, and Etna just into it. And then because she didn't get into it, Iceland's swarm is calming down. They know it's only, 500 or so meters or feet below the surface. It may not ever rise to the surface. And everybody's like, whoa, what? Reventador dissipated. Fuego popping to 19. That's pretty strong out of Fuego. Fuego pops to 15, 16 generally, but going to 19, it's probably just no weather there. Sabancaya is unable to detect Decono. Again, 10,000 feet. 3,000 meters, man. It's like, that's the ceiling of the ash from sea level, okay? Not the ceiling beyond the volcano. The volcano's, like I said, 3,800, 3,600 feet. Hold on a second. Pardon me. 36 or 3,800 feet, and it goes to 10,000. That's how high the ash is going. Subtract the 36 or 38 from 10,000, and you'll see how large the pop is. So near 7,000 foot pop. And that's how the ash works. And it's just an ash pop up, and you don't fly your plane into it, or else boing. Anyway, Simiru 14,000. Simiru is 12,000 foot mountain, popping to 14 right there in the armpit, the first armpit of Java. You have Bali's right here, the next island, real close to this. Maybe about 800 miles. Santa Guido, which is San Maria, up in Guatemala, about 50 miles from Fuego. It's coming down. Popo went to 20, so about 3,000 foot, maybe 2,500 foot out of Popo, that there in Mexico City. And that's it. That's it, baby, for the volcanoes. Tomato soup, I love it. Yeah, I love tomato soup on a cold day. Bologna sandwiches, and dip a bologna sandwich in it. You make your tomato soup with milk, or you just do water. I don't. Tomato soup is in the can for me, so I don't know how y'all do it there in England. But anywho, let's look at. I'm sure we can see in Yellowstone. See that bump? Yeah, right there, huh? Maybe. There's a couple of bumps there in Yellowstone. There are people that right now online on the internet that are saying Yellowstone's ready to pop. It's there. I've read an article, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, look at all this, look at it," and getting scared and changing their diapers. Maybe somebody change it for them. Still 4.7 here on Alamax. I don't know. All right, but yeah. There's so much fear out there. I mean, because people are drawn to it, oh, what's going on? They manufacture news. It's fake news. Without, I put everything out as my commentary. It's all my opinion. I'm always wanting to know what's really going on, and I'll comment on that. Patrick, let me give you one of these. There you go. Hey man, there's a delay, right? Anyhow, but the object is tried to report on what's actually happening. Yellowstone to explode. Oh, they're talking. Oh, let's, what if they bomb? Will it erupt? Who thinks like that? Some wackadoodle, man. I'm going to look at the fires here. Again, you can still see the waves coming through. There is something to this idea here. You see, from Minnesota down into central Texas. Now it's Detroit. Well, shoot. And then we also see another one off the shore of New York. So it almost looks like there might be a little bit of an arc. These waves here. If I did the 7 days, all right. Wait, can I play that? Is that a video? I just watched it change. Here's the total of 7 days. That's what it was. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It's going in the past now. 5 days, 6 days, a week, 8 days. You can see right here, right here, right here. You can start to see these like waves. It appears to be waves. But the only way you can see them if you add the historical dates to these. 10 days. Like seems to be a concentration of heat. And yes, it goes all the way from British Columbia straight across the United States, through the Carolinas and out New York too. I mean, even in Mexico, you can see it, and everywhere else. It's like, why is there a concentration just in these areas? I happen to think those are waves. And you only see in a snapshot, so you don't see the movements, I find that kind of interesting. It's just an observation. Doesn't mean it's real. It means it's an observation saying, hey, what's that? Look at COD right now. We'll go on the West Coast first. Go in the West as El Nino approaches. Big storms out here in Alaskan Gulf of Alaska here. So off the coast, pretty good little storm hitting Hawaii. And let's put it on 200 play. Here's Hawaii right here. Is it just north of Hawaii? All right. So it appears to me like, Southern Cal is going to get some rain. Oh, yeah. That's what it looks like right now. But not seeing anything yet on my radar here. Pacific Northwest, just about to get some wet stuff. You see this one. It's being pushed north. They're driving, and is driving this south. Is this kind of funky, I don't know, matrix or so pushing south? Pretty fast winds too, sucking up into this low right here in the Gulf. Big low up in Canada. Let's see if we can see that. Up in here. Maybe the East Coast is going to get their first nor'easter soon. I'm seeing a big turn. Not saying that they are, just watching the big turns up there. My buddy, the Snow King, he's still not getting anything. Yeah. So they'll be calling him when the snow hits, but Montana's getting some, and I've seen some dustings in other places, but he's high and dry right now. Generally speaking, Montana goes dry, and he gets a little bit of snow later in the season on an El Nino year. But we definitely, the trade winds are going the other way. Down there in Ecuador or off the coast of Mexico, you can see the big stuff down there. I wonder, even NORCAN, nothing's on, not NORCAN, but yeah, nothing. All right, just wanted to know. Let's go ahead and see if we can't see anything here. Global East. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can get you a little bit up there. No, it's just going to go into Spain, so I'll have to do the windy. See what's happening over there in old jolly England. Got high pressures here. All right. Low pressures here. All right. Let's look over here in jolly England. Right? Yeah. She said it's cold. Oh, crap. Where our friend Denise here is, our sister Denise. She's up hole here. 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's cold. I think it's too cold to snow. I'm having trouble. I make it with 10. With a 10. Huh? That takes a lot of force to break rhyolite. Yeah, you have some cold weather, precipitation. It looks like they got some snow up by you. Radar. A little bit of rain offshore, but looks like Scotland, is got some snow and rain. Wind speeds. Oh, pretty good. 16 mile an hour out shore, but where you're at, probably 5. Gusts. Down south, 55. That's where the low pressure is. And everything's coming out of the Scandinavia for you. So it's kind of different. There's this big low pressure up here in Canada. 75 mile an hour wind, 80, 96. 90, 102. Oh, we got a hurricane up here, boy. Ooh, 105. Wow. 107. Yes, sir, boss. Canada has maybe they can take take Perot, or what the hell's his name? Tradum, and fly him into that and sink the plane. Might save Canada. I don't know what's going to save Canada from Canada. Yeah, Yellowstone news, any information, potential eruption sells. There's always news manufacturers fear sells, and that particular news outlet gets the click, and commercials are fueling the Christmas market for emergency food and solar panel systems and disaster prep. The problem with solar panels is if Yellowstone does blow up, the ash will destroy the solar panels. Yeah, because it's gritty. No, I'm in the south of the mouth. All right, sweetie. We didn't know where. South. You're down here. Yeah. Immingham and Cleethorpes. Somewhere down here. You can zoom in a little bit more. Grimsby. Yeah. We looked at all these one time, and yeah, it's very industrial. Yeah. But you do have your heater working now, right, Denise? I don't know how you can go through last winter and not have heater. Hey, man. Hey. You know. What else we have? I think yeah, I think we've covered everything. Yeah, we've covered everything. So fun. This was only recorded out there on YouTube. So if it's a little jumbly, or make up a word, if it's bouncing around too much for you, we'll get the hang of it. Look at all these. Look in here. Right? Of course, it's the same ones over and over. That's why. Huh. Well, up here, Alaska's got some stuff coming through, and yours coming out of the Scandinavia there. That's pretty wild. Big T-shirt Billy. I'll watch the weather. I'll watch your weather, Denise. I have almost everyone's weather on my app. I do. I watch that over there. You know, like if sometimes I'll look over there in the middle of Europe just because of Croatian dude and stuff like that. If there's somebody I know, otherwise, to me, the Europeans they whine too much. I don't know why. They put the ding Democrats in office or commies in office. And the world's coming apart. Oh, please. I showed the videos yesterday, the teaching yesterday, regards to the sinkholes in the Arctic. There's enough methane up there to destroy all of their systems. And they don't take that into effect. And China's they're never ever gonna slow down. So, the only way to do is to beat the Chinese at their own game. And it's always a long game with them. Well, let me see here. All right. So if you're there on YouTube, make sure you like and follow this video. And if you have some input, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. Please subscribe. And thank you for your tips, your subscriptions. And if you want to see us live, we're mostly live all the time, 24/7 on twitch.tv/Joe Slick Live. Yeah. Big hugs. And remember, don't get none on you. What's going on here? Got to make sure it's all off.